Blessings, beautiful being. It is an honor to connect with you. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to my channel, The Activation Vibration. If you are new, my name is Heather, and I create and channel content that is purposed and designed to activate and align you into your most divine version of self. And if you are returning, hello, I love you, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being a part of the Soul and the Star family and tribe. So today I'm creating this quick little video to share with you some of the tips and tricks that I've been receiving on an ethereal, channeled level, as well as experiencing personally on a very human level. So we are in it right now. We are fully in the process of ascension. The paradigm has shifted, and we are essentially utilizing our vessels as conduits of higher frequency to anchor in this shift. So we as humans, as starseeds, are embodiments and reflections of frequency. So truly, our emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual state is not only affecting us and our immediate environment, but it is very much so affecting the collective and our external environment. And now this has always been true. For example, when someone walks into a room, it's normal to be able to feel their presence and their energy. However, with this recent shift, this is now amplified. So we are now becoming more sensitive, and not in a vulnerable, unsafe, needing protection type of way, but more sensitive in the sense where we are more receptive to what our senses are receiving. So we are now more connected to how our body actually feels, how we feel on an emotional level, how we feel on a spiritual level, if something does resonate with us or doesn't resonate with us. Many people have been trained and programmed themselves to operate from their ego, and now are no longer able to in perhaps the same way or at all, because of this sensitivity, this soul awareness, this heart awareness that is now coming through. And so with this, it is so important to make sure that you are really tapping into yourself and connecting with yourself and observing the energetic state that you are in. So not only emotionally, but also physically. Do you feel comfortable how you're sitting, how you're standing? Are you breathing properly? And then on an emotional level, if something does trigger you or if something is surfacing, actually allowing yourself to digest it properly, like utilizing all of your tools so that you can come to a space of understanding with it and move forward with it. And with that comes the importance of the timeline that you are attuning yourself to and tapping into. So there are so many timelines available and that have come online for us to access. Yes, it's true, there have always been infinite timelines available for you to shift yourself into experiencing. And when I refer to timeline, I'm referring to the energetic kind of like realm that you tap yourself into. So we tap into and we attune to timelines through our frequency, through our thoughts, our beliefs, our emotions, how we feel, what we believe. All of this compiles into a frequency, and that is what attunes us to these specific timelines. And on these timelines, there are different trajectories as to what will happen in that space going forward. For example, one timeline could be with one person and you have this certain career and you have this experience and this amount of babies, and then perhaps a timeline with another person doesn't include babies and perhaps is a completely different career in a different situation. That is how timelines work, and it's not just through people. It's literally as sensitive, especially now, and this is what I'm referring to, as resulting from even just like what you choose to eat that day, or how you choose to emotionally respond to something, or the specific wording that you choose to imprint into your brain and that belief. Literally, we are shifting timelines with beliefs, with happenings, with experiences every second at this point. And now I know that sounds really dramatic and it's like, what? So 1 second I can be on this timeline and then something can happen or I can feel a certain way and now I'm on this timeline? Yeah, Yeah, it kind of is that way for now. And this is purpose because there are so many shifts that are occurring on so many levels right now. It is necessary that there are all of these timelines available. And with that, every moment it is hoped that because we are ascending, we are shifting into better versions of ourselves. Therefore, the timelines that we are continuously connecting to and aligning to and shifting into are just getting better and better, meaning they hold more beneficial opportunity, blessings, miracles, and purpose for you and your future. And now with everything, don't take this so seriously to where it's like, oh my God, I did this one thing and now I'm on a negative timeline. It doesn't work that way. You always have the ability to attune to a different timeline and to shift your frequency literally within this second. Even receiving this transmission and exchanging energy in this way is helping to uplift and shift your vibration. I'm sure that you can feel it. So know that you always have the opportunity and the ability to attune to a higher timeline. So something that I like to do to ensure that I am shifting to a higher timeline, and if I ever find myself responding or reacting to a situation or a happening that is maybe not of my highest frequency, and after that, if you notice when you experience something that is a lower frequency, whether it's your own emotion or it's something externally, often you feel in a lower vibrational space where you feel maybe more closed in, like you don't have as much access to higher frequency energy, therefore higher frequency opportunities and happenings and miracles to manifest in your life. So when you feel this lower vibration, something that I like to do is to make a vibrational adjustment. Doing something physically, energetically, actually with your physical body and your mind and your heart and your soul that attunes you and perhaps shifts the energy. Now, this vibrational adjustment is unique to you because it needs to resonate most with you. So some examples are, maybe it's an affirmation, maybe it's a word that feels really good and powerful to you. Like for me, activation is an extremely powerful word for me. So if I feel like I need it, sometimes I will affirm to myself, I am activated. I am activated. I am activated. And even just that frequency, because those words are attached to a knowing that has been proven so tangible for me over lifetimes, whenever I say that, it's like pulling that frequency, that knowing into my reality. Another thing you can do is a mudra. Maybe it is a set of hand signals, or maybe it is just one symbol. And it's something that you do that you have decided and actually have encoded because of your decision to do so with an energy that is of higher frequency. Therefore, when you make this particular symbol, your body responds to it. And when you do this, imagine yourself actually shifting to a higher frequency, whether that is imagining light pouring through your body, or imagining your pores emanating with a frequency, or just seeing you smile or dancing. And even smiling and dancing can be your vibrational adjustment as well. Maybe when you're feeling low, you decide, okay, now I have to smile for 55 seconds. I have to smile for 55 seconds straight. And you just do it. And you just like have your timer on your phone, and that's just what you do. And you can look at yourself in the mirror and maybe make yourself laugh a few times, and that as well will shift your vibration. Or maybe it's a dance move or a set of dance moves that you do, like a hideous dance move even, or maybe it is like your twerk dance move where you're just like, ooh yeah, I got it all in this move. Whatever it is that makes you feel good, tap into something that is a vibrational adjustment for you. Another tool that I personally like to use as a vibrational adjustment, and I usually use this form the most often, the most frequently, and also the most subconsciously, where this kind of just happens and comes out, and sometimes I won't even really notice if I'm in like a lower energy or a frequency, and I will start to just do this and I will be shifted to a higher frequency, and then I can acknowledge from the higher perspective, oh okay, whoa, I wasn't really like oscillating in a very good energy. Okay, cool. Light language. Light language is truly one of the most powerful forms of frequency in my personal opinion. And I've spoken and shared on light language before, so I will link that video as well. But essentially, your light language is unique to you. It can sound like a different set of frequencies. For me, it does sound kind of like words, but there are infinite dialects to light language and different lineages that connect with different languages as well, obviously, just like it is on Earth. And also, just to say, it's not that it's bad to be in a lower vibration or that something bad is gonna happen or you are imprinted with a negative timeline if you allow yourself to stay in a negative vibration. Absolutely not. Tap into your intuition. This is the biggest part of this. This is why I keep mentioning this part. If you feel like you need to sit in a particular emotion and experience that lower vibration, that is purpose because there is a message, there are codes in perhaps that experience of that lower emotion or vibration or experience for you. So if it feels right and you don't have this desire to be shifted to a higher state, then perhaps that is where you need to stay. But these vibrational adjustments and these tools that I'm mentioning and sharing with you are purposed for those who, when they're experiencing lower vibration and perhaps don't want to, maybe something triggered them, maybe a wound surfaced, or someone said something that put them in this state and they have things to do, or they personally just don't want to be in this energy, that's when you can utilize these vibrational adjustments. So yes, enjoy this time of quantum evolution that we are all experiencing. Know that you are essentially just collecting data. You are gathering information as you experience things. And with that awareness, you can shift to a neutral vibration as you experience things and not being over-influenced by the external happenings. Then you can allow the space for yourself to decide from that space which perspective you desire to choose, which energy you want to attune to, and thus which timeline you put yourself in. Because yes, it is true, there are infinite timelines, there are actually infinite truths at this point, where there are realities where Earth is going to shit, where it's just chaos and it's pain and trauma and sadness and terrible things are happening. That is a reality on Earth. There's also a very real reality that is continuing to increase, where Earth is thriving, where everyone is becoming more powerful, more connected, where life is uplifting itself, where the bliss and the joy and the love frequency is amplifying and taking over. So in this sense, it's not necessarily about what is true, but more so about what is relevant to you. Which reality are you personally choosing to subscribe to? And this is not about spiritually bypassing anything negative. It's actually more so about you taking responsibility of your personal frequency and your state. Because when you do choose to actively be aware of how you are experiencing things, the energy that you are oscillating and emitting, that is what truly does affect the collective. And when you are aware of that, you are able to make decisions as to how you want to personally show up. And a realized person is 1,000 times more powerful than an unconscious or an unrealized person who is just being eaten by their own responses and reactions and influenced by external energy. And with that, if some chaos or an issue does show up in your immediate reality, then obviously that is meant for you and you are meant to deal with that. However, not from a perspective of Earth is going to shit, because that holds no solutions, but from a perspective and a truth and an oscillation of we are thriving. There is a solution. We got this. How do we work together? How do we make this best case scenario? And then it will be. And when you simply just choose to attune to a certain perspective, the universe will shift, rearrange itself and all variables to support the reality and the perspective that you are choosing, where the tools and the resources literally just appear for you. So again, it's which timeline, which truth, which energy are you choosing for yourself to experience? Which part of reality do you want to be a part of? How do you want to influence, and how do you want to experience? Everything is working out. Best case scenario. Namaste.